Hello and welcome back to 4:44 p.m. Today I've got a pretty special treat for all of you, and it would be this 1972 Seiko Pogue. This is a 6139-6002 from September of 1972, and it is completely original. Everything on this watch is original except for the pushers, which are in this bag right here. These are the original pushers. One of them had gotten bent from being, I guess, pushed in too hard or something, and was a little bit worn on the end, and so it was replaced with some pushers that are high quality aftermarket, not original pushers, but they do are exact reproductions. Anyhow, this watch is actually not mine. This is my brother's watch. He purchased it from a young gentleman whose father had passed and was selling off all his father's belongings. And the watch obviously has been used quite a bit, and it's got quite a bit of wear on it. But the cool thing is like I said, it's all original, you know, minus the pushers. That's not a big deal. But the case lines on this watch are amazing. I mean, it's still got the brushing around the edges, the brush finishing going around the top edges. The lines on the case are all good. The bracelet is original. And the case back, you know, has the writing or the engraving still legible in it. The bezel is actually in amazing condition, as you can see. The coloring on the Pepsi bezel and the numbering is actually pretty good, not all scratched, so that's really cool. The inner ring, the yellow inner bezel ring, is not faded like most of them are, and it's in really good shape. The dial, though, is the best part of this watch. It is so immaculate and such an excellent condition. It's just surprising to me. Anyway, the reason I'm making this video is my brother wants to get rid of this watch, as he acquired himself the blue-faced Pogue, which is the one that he actually wanted. So he had gotten this one first and then later acquired the blue-faced and wants to get rid of this one. Obviously this watch needs to be restored, but it is a runner and it is in excellent shape, and it's 100% original, if you include the original pushers. Anyhow, the loom on it is really good as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this here, and then I'm gonna show you the watch in a little bit more close-up view, and then open it up and show you the case back, or the actual movement, I mean. All right. Okay, so I'm back, and got this so you can see it a little bit more clearly now under my magnifier. You can see the case on it. It's got a little bit of a pit mark there, but who cares, man? This thing is all original. That's the coolest part about it. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more here. Okay, so as you can see, it's got all the arm cheese that you would expect from being original. There's the case right here. Case back, I mean. So, like I said, September of 1972, 613, 6002, water resistant, and it's a Japan J model. I've done the research on this, and everything is correct and accurate as far as what a 1972 Pogue would be. Like I said, you can see how clean the dial is on this thing, and this is a R variant dial. They have the T and the R. This is the R, and this one does not have the resist or the proof. This is the dial that does not have it at all. So I don't know if any of you are aware, they made 3 different types of dials: the proof, resist, and then this one that didn't have anything. But as you can see how clean the dial is, there is some slight like etching or something right here. I guess this hand, as it's going around, as it's collected dirt over the years, has kind of like worn a little line on there, but it's so faint and would probably clean up during the restoration process. Crystal is original. It's original crystal, which is all scratched up. Spencer Klein from Klein Vintage Watch Repair has the replacements for this, exact reproductions. The date changer does work, so you give it the hard push for the actual day, and it is an English-Spanish date wheel, and then you give it a slight push for the actual date. Now, the pushers, like I said, are new ones, new reproductions, and I'll show you right here. The cannon pinion on this thing is worn, obviously, because you barely touch this and it's just like all over the place. So it does need to be completely restored and have this movement serviced, which Spencer Klein would be the guy to go to for that. He did my father's bullhead chronograph, which is a 6138, and it turned out amazing. Thanks again for that, Spencer. So that's that. Now I'll show you how this does actually go back and reset. So you always want to stop it around here between the 1 and 3 minute mark, and then the flyback does reset exactly. This watch has not been taken apart. It has not had the hands removed. It has not been messed with in any way. It is all original. I don't know about the bracelet extra links, if it was already the same size as my brother. Me and my brother both have a 7.5 inch wrist. So I don't know if he sized this to fit his wrist. I know it fits mine, but maybe the person that had it before had it sized before him. But anyway, I don't know if it has extra links or not. My brother didn't include them when he sent it to me to put on here. So anyhow, now I'm going to break again and then show you the movement. Okay, so I'll open it up for you here. Had to loosen it up. So you can see that it has the original gasket that's flat down there. Actually, it might be a replacement gasket, because I don't know if you can, let me set the watch down there, if you can see this or not. It's kind of hard to see here. See, zoom in. But it was serviced July 13th of 1974 is what that says. It's kind of hard to tell. It says TN, so there we go, TN 713 1974 is when it was last service. So it's definitely going to need a servicing for sure. Okay, so here is the movement. As you can see, it is the correct movement for this year. Actually, maybe I should just zoom in more. Help with the light. Okay. There. That should be good. So you can see the numbers. So it is a 6139B movement, which is the correct movement for this year. It does have the movement retaining ring in there, so it is not missing anything, and it is clean. There's been no moisture that has gotten into this watch, so that is a big plus. This watch would be an excellent candidate for restoration. I'm going to try and get this on the Timegrapher so we can see if there's any significant numbers or anything it'll tell us. Hold on a second. I want to do a little loom shot for you guys real quick so you can see that the loom is the way it's supposed to look for a watch that's this old. Like I said, there has been no moisture that's gotten in this watch, so the loom is in great shape. Doesn't have a lot of patina in there other than just dirt. You can see that the loom is actually still working pretty good. Fades out pretty fast, which is typical because I think they were still using tritium back when this was made. Anyhow, there it is. I'll try and add some additional footage. Let me put this away to see if this actually looks good on here. This would clean up really nice with a restoration. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna break and I might put it on the Timegrapher here shortly. Okay, so I've got it on the Timegrapher. It's been running for a while now at full power. I force wound it and stuck it on here, and I've been letting it run to get all settled and get accurate readings. And so here we go. Of course, the amplitude is low, which is to be expected, and it's definitely got some issues. You know, it needs to be serviced, definitely. I mean, that's you know, not going to keep accurate time, which it wouldn't anyhow with the cannon pinion being as loose as it is. I mean, I can't even push in the crown without it you know, changing the time that I set because it's so sloppy. But like I said, this is an original Pogue from 1972 in its original condition, only serviced once in its lifetime from the servicing marks that I can tell, and other than that, it doesn't look like it's ever been touched. This bead air, I mean, all this is, if you look at the lines, yeah, they're going up because it's, you know, gaining seconds per day, but they're nice and straight. So this watch, once it's serviced and restored back to its you know, original condition. I mean, it's already original, but I mean, once it's restored to perfect working condition, which I would recommend Klein Vintage Watch Repair, Spencer Klein. He is the master at this, at least as far as I know, and from who I found. I wouldn't trust anybody else with vintage Seiko watches, because this is my father's bullhead chronograph that I took to a local watchmaker and had him supposedly restore it, and he charged me $500 to basically do nothing to it. And so I had to send it to Spencer, who did what needed to be done and restored it to perfect working condition. So anyhow, that's the Pogue, and I think that if anybody's looking for a Pogue, that they can, hold on just 1 second here. If anybody's looking for a Pogue to get that's all original to restore, this would be an exemplary example or candidate to have for that. So anyhow, sorry this video ran long, but I wanted to be as thorough as possible, especially for my brother, who's going to you know, be watching it and critiquing everything that I do to make sure that it is, you know, displayed and shown and showcased properly for a potential buyer. So anyhow, details to come on the pricing and listing for this, so stay tuned. I'm sure I'll post the listing first, and then you guys will have a link to go to this video to see all the information on it. So there you go. All right, thanks for watching.